Okay guys, so I just finished doing a haul video and I wanted to get to these Griffin layered flower dies, so I'm going to do that in this video, and then I think to layer them or to use them on a card I'm going to use these other bits that I got from Craft Stash. So if I have any links in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Having said that, I don't know if this Griffin one is available yet. It is an auto ship from the layered rose dies, and that means unless you sign up the first time when they were presented, they're not going to be available yet. But sometimes they bring back auto ships. So, sorry, I'm getting my stool and sitting down here. This is like the first time I've sat down in a long time to make videos. I'm always standing. But anyway, so I'm gonna get to that. I already pulled some colors because I just want to get right to it. I'm gonna do. I'm probably not doing all the flowers, but like I mentioned in the haul video, it looks like the instructions are much better. They look like they layer much better, so I'm really confident that we'll get something going that's really pretty and have a nice flower when we finish off, I hope. So I have those things ready to go. And then in the haul, I was showing all these different things from Craft Stash, and I bought them no, actually these were from like June 1st or 2nd, this order. And they've been having so many sales and deals that I totally forgot these things were paired up. So when I showed you guys the paper, and I'm like, oh, I guess I ordered 2 of this paper pack, but I didn't. It's what happened is I ordered them in bundles. These are actually new items they just came out with. Excuse me. So they are selling them in like these bundles or by themselves. So these are these plates. And I had mentioned I had this die in here, and I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's to make like a car, like a spine, basically is what it looks like. And it is intended for that, but it's intended to make like a diorama card, or like you can layer these things up and mix and match them between each other. So I'm going to use this one today because I think the trellis looks really pretty, and I'll put the little flowers on there so we can mix and match things. It doesn't always have to be Anna and Anna and Anna, or like just Crafter's Companion, or just, as a crafter, I always just like to play. And honestly, maybe I'll use some of this paper in the background because it looks really pretty. It's supposed to look like you're looking through this into this paper that was gorgeous anyway. So I'm like, hey, it's an easy thing to try to use today, to incorporate. So let me put these down here. For now, I'm not going to think about that at all. What I'm going to do is run these guys through. So I'm going to do the one that has the most pieces, at least. The one that has the 7, which is actually down here. I keep pointing to the wrong one. What I think is interesting on the blue one, they really went step by step by step, and on the other ones, they're like, okay, now you got it. You can kind of be on your own, but the purple flower ends up here. They're just kind of showing you a more succinct way. This one, this one, this one, this one. Where here they're like step by step walking you through. So this is the one for the purple flower. And I might still do another one just to have a couple flowers, right, to put on our project, but for now I'm concentrating on this guy. So what they're showing you here is all these different purple tones. So I just grabbed some paper that I have in my, I didn't even try to go looking for purple papers. I just pulled out whatever is in here. So this one's kind of pinky purple, and this one has like a violet reddish or pinkish tone to it. I don't know if those even go or if I like it, but maybe if you're layering it up and they're just so small pieces, it's not as noticeable. I don't know. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. I might even take this one out. I don't know. I feel like once that one's out, that's a better mix than this one that's just kind of random. So let's say these 5. And these are different textures and things, guys. I just pulled whatever I had. So the base, they have a lighter one. And I was looking at it when I was doing the haul, like these 2 are very close in value, and so are these. And they might even be the same, just they look different because they're different sizes. I don't know. And this is the lightest one, and then these dark ones. So I'm going to try to run them through in a way that we get this going. But to be honest, I might just run the whole plate through each color, other than the darkest one, which would be this color, because I am going to leave that one probably there. So those little bits are here. It's this one and this one. So those I'll probably run through this darkest purple, just like that small area. I don't know. And everything else I'm going to run the whole plate, okay? So for the rest of them, as much as I can, like this one, ooh, that one's going to be a challenge, but hopefully I don't need all of it. I'll run it like that. I'll run it like that, okay? So when I come back, I'm just going to have all these pieces, okay? I'll be right back, guys. So this will definitely go through your marquee and things like that. I just grab this, my spell binders to cut on, but whatever it is that you use, because they are smaller plates. But of course, if you already have it, you know that because you reordered it. Okay, so if we're looking at this, I'm trying to see as far as my own values. I feel like the lightest one is the highlight, which is this piece, is from this color. So let's see. I feel like this is the lightest flower without being the highlight, so I'm going to use this as petal 1. Or not petal 1, but base. See there? Base, then petal 1. And petal 1 is going to come from over here, which is this one. Kind of odd because it's not right next to that one, but come on, I'm holding it. Okay, so let's say petal 1. I'm going to put it right the same way she has in the picture. So base, petal 1. So this is a light color. This one's a little bit darker. I know it's hard to tell even on camera there. And then petal 2 goes back to the same color used for the base. So that's this one right here. Petal 2. Some people like to cut this out of white paper and then just layer it up in a fun way, so you can definitely do that. Petal 3 is back to like the petal 1 color. So petal 3 is this guy. And if you want to run it back through and do the embossing, you can definitely do that. But as you can see, it has a little bit of embossing. I didn't bother this time because these guys are kind of small. I think if I emboss it, it might get a little crazy looking. I'm not going to do that today. Petal 4 is the dark color, which ends up being this one. Or if you guys remember, I only had a little bit of that dark purple, so I only cut that little section. The highlight comes from over here, which is this one. In my colorway, it's a very kind of lightish, almost pinkish purple. And then the center was a different color than this one. These are all different colors, just so you know, in this picture. But like I said, I kind of matched them up. The center one is, again, dark, and I'm going to go with this one. So I have all these pieces right here that I can still make more flowers with if you want to layer them up in a different way. And I think I will, just so I don't waste these guys. But for now, let's put them to the side. I'm going to put this, well, should we put this right here? Okay, actually, let me move this up. Let me reset. Okay, so I just reset the shot, should I say. So this one is going to go over that first one. And I'm just going to use this because I have a fine tip on this glue. But whatever you like to use. And just putting a little glue there. And it goes on this guy. And from that embossing, you can kind of see where it should belong. And supposedly that was the whole gist of that last flower set, but it didn't quite work out. What am I looking at? Where is this supposed to be? Oh, see? Alrighty. Okay, let's put... There we go. This edge lines up perfectly there, as you can see. And then down here. It had nothing to do with those embossing lines that I was mentioning. Because I remember her saying I think that's what they were there for, but maybe it will later on, but not really. It didn't really do much. It's just adding texture to your base flower, which is great. But it didn't really help us line this up, which is weird. Okay, next one, this guy. And this guy has a lot of little bits like this. So I'm just kind of giving a squeeze as I kind of go by those pieces. Get some up there since I messed that one up a little bit. And then this guy goes right on top of here. Assuming... I'm trying to see what's going on as far as the picture because you can barely tell what's happening here. Okay, this one goes here. Now let's see what that looks like on the other sides. That's odd. Maybe a little further in. A little further in. Okay, I think that looks right. So hopefully you can see where I placed that one. Those two little ends are kind of tucked inside. And then the rest of these little tendrils kind of come up this way. I don't know. That's what it looks like. Okay. And I'm kind of sticking it down, but you know what? I don't mind if some of it's just kind of sticking up in the air, like just kind of being fun and free. This piece is going to go in here. I'm just going to put some glue on here for whatever reason. But this guy goes next. And he's like up in here somewhere, covering up quite a bit of whatever's going on. That's weird. I'm just looking at this end picture, trying to see exactly where that little end should be. And it's just like right here. Covering up tons of that bottom layer. Again, I mean, it's all there for texture, and if you really wanted to, let's say you wanted to pull this back like this, just to kind of get it away from... That's the kind of thing I do. I did that the other day with the other layering dies I was using, flower dies. Just kind of give them some movement. And this guy too, we can kind of bring it up a little bit, just to make it have a little something, right? Okay, now supposedly we go to the darkest one. That first dark one. And when in doubt, I always just try to look at the example pictures, you know, try to really make out what you're supposed to be doing. It looks like this guy should be in here like this somewhere, right? Something like that. Let me just make sure. So again, it's kind of following what's going on here, but not really. But kind of following the contours of this area. Okay, and then this next one, this little piece kind of hooks right in there. So that's how I know where to place this one, even though it's all wonky and crazy. So let's put this guy down. And may or may not do a second one. I might. What I will do is just do the same thing, but run through the same colors. Okay, now this guy goes... You can tell by the edges, it's pretty much the same as this layer. And then this piece kind of hooks into where that other purple one was. So let's press that down. I'm going to hold this one down for a little minute because it is kind of wonky and I want to make sure it's in the right place. I'm just going to hold it good. I was just trying to hold this edge down because they're kind of interesting. And then finally it says to adhere the center, which goes like this. And mine is the same color as that darker one, so, you know, if you want to do a different color just to give a different look, because mine is basically going to be exactly the same. And it's facing this way. I don't know if you can see that little weird opening. It's going to go in here. Ah! Just right in there, if I can get it in there. Kind of follows the contour of this little divot in here, so it kind of fits in there. But like I said, mine's the same color, and they actually, in the picture, it looks like she tucked it back in there, but it's like, okay, well, by the time you place this, you can't really tuck it anymore, but that's okay. I guess we'll just pop it in there, but next time maybe you want to tuck it in. So, that's okay. I'm not super happy with this one being the same color, to be honest. I'd rather have gone with something else, but next time. Okay, so that's that one flower. And I don't know if you can see, I mean, it looks more like a flower than before, right? Definitely need different values. To be honest, I would probably go with 7 different colors. And then, you know, maybe make this one a lot lighter than that second color, even though here they're very close. I would definitely make these 2 colors pop in differentiation, right? But not bad. Okay, let me see if I make another one. Should I make another one? Let's make... I kind of want to make this one. Even though the center of it is green, where the center of this one's not green, so I feel like... What am I doing? You know what, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do this one. And you know why? Just because that green center makes it thrown off, and I want to use the same purple colors. So, I'm going to do this one, which is this plate. I don't know why the picture of the plate... I guess she has it like this, maybe. No, she doesn't. It's this one. So the plate picture is like different from this one in that this plate is actually like this, so it's basically like this is what they're showing you, but they're showing it to you as if it was facing this way. Whatever. Okay, and again we need all these colors. I'm trying to think of how I want to do it this time around. Let me get my colors, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna get this here as a reference because for this one, for the base, I want the lightest color again, which for me was supposedly this one, but I probably should have gone with something else, but that's okay. So I need the base to be this light color, and I also the highlight, which last time I used a different color for the highlight, but this one, it looks like it's almost similar. So for the highlight, I'm also going to use this plate, and I need to get it from here. So this and this need to be the lighter colors. And then petal 1, petal 2, petal 3. So let's say petal 1, petal 2, petal 3. Petal 3 is the darkest one, so from this darker paper I'm going to get petal 3, which is this guy. And then I need petal 1, which is this one, from like this color. So darkest, a little bit darker, a little bit darker, and then this guy will be the petal 3. So petal 2 will be this color, and this one's petal 2. And then you need a little something for the center, which again, I'll go back to the darkest, I guess, because even though they used the white piece, I want it to match the flower we did earlier. So for this little center piece, I'll also get it from the darkest paper. Okay? I'll be right back. So this time I used my little marquee. These are the smaller guys, so we'll put that there. Alright, so let's pick out our colors. Again, I just ran the whole thing through, just like I did before, so let's go. So this is the base, which is my lightest purple, supposedly. Then petal 1 should come from, sorry, I was starting to look at the wrong numbers or colors. So here was our base, which is the lightest one. And then we're going to go to a little bit deeper one, which for me was this one, I think. So this is petal 1. So base, petal 1. And then a little bit darker would be petal 2, which is this guy. A little bit darker than that one. That one's getting darker as we're going along here. Petal 3, which is going to be from over here, the darkest purple. I do have a little piece I need to keep an eye on. It's this one. And then we have the highlight, which I think I'm going to grab from here, which again is the same as my second color. Ooh, highlight. And then we need the center, which they use the white one. I'm still going to go back to that same purple, even though I wasn't happy with it from the other one, but I'm going to keep it the same. So I'm going to go back to the same purple because these are essentially going to nest on top of each other, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. So all these little pieces I'm going to keep. Again, we can maybe style them into a different flower later. Okay. Can't believe my kids are still asleep. Actually, I can believe it. They've been very sleepy. Okay. And this one, yeah, I mean, they're just basically like literally this picture is like the same as this picture. All they're saying is now glue them together in that order, which again, I'm going to keep an eye on this to make sure I'm doing it the right way. So the embossing does give you some idea, but not completely. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then I still got to make leaves. So on this one, the embossing is a little more indicative. I don't know if you can see those little areas. That is really great. On the other one, I don't know what they were doing, but here we go. That one really does kind of give you an idea of where this should go, which is great. Okay, so that's layer 1. And then this guy almost does its own thing. I feel like this and the other guy, I'm going to leave it a little bit off, so if I want to fluff it a little bit, I'm not going to glue down the very tips. It just kind of goes in here. That's what it looks like. Let's see. It's hard to tell. I think that's right. It's like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. And then petal 3, which is this guy. This little crazy looking thing. And this one's probably in here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if you can hear the commercial that just popped up. I always like to have something in the background, like some noise. And there's certain commercials that you just, like, the noise cuts through the sound of it. So I want you to see what that one is. Kind of that point is right there, following this contour. Okay, and then this is highlight. And then again, I guess we're supposed to tuck that other little piece in there. It literally looks like it's tucked behind there, but you know. So if we want to leave this area not really glued, that'd probably be good. And then this guy, where does it go? It goes right along the contour here. Okay, I'll show you that in just a second. It's kind of hard to get. It goes right along the contour here and here of that petal 2. Alright, so I'm going to hold that down for a second. And then it says finally add the center, which again they tuck in behind there, so if you're trying to do that, now that we know, just don't glue this part down very much. So we can tuck this in here, which is kind of weird. Yep, just in there, just kind of tuck behind it. Alright, so there's that. Again, I'm going to do this to give it a little bit of movement in the back petals, and then maybe bring this front one up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of movement. Okay, so we have these two. What do you think? We'll see. Okay, leaves. We need 4 greens. Actually, we need 3. So this, and then the darker one. So let me grab, I'll probably just do 1 leaf, to be honest. No, we need 2, don't we? Okay, I'll be right back. Let me grab my green values. I'm kind of done with this since we still have to make a card base. So we have these guys. I was going to look for other greens, but oh well, I have this shiny green. So this isn't the biggest die, so that's good. I think I can get what I need from this. So they want you to use the lightest color for the full leaf. So for this full leaf, I'll do 2. I'm going to run through twice, 2 of this. For the accent color that's a little bit light, I'm going to do this, and hopefully I can get both of them on this one piece of paper, right? This larger piece. And then these two little bits, I'm going to get from the darkest green. So I'll be right back. To get that little piece of green paper to work for me without looking for more of that same color, I had to position this in a crazy way, but look at that, I got it. Awesome. It was like really interesting. I don't need these pieces, but I might use them for something else. Look how close I had to get it for it to work from the one to the other, just eyeballing it from the back. That's so funny. Okay. Now, this one would seem easier, but we will see. So we're going to take this piece here, and it does have, again, some markings here, so I think that helps us out. But either way, you can kind of tell just from the shape of it that it goes right on the tips there, and then of course you have your picture that can help you with that. So we're going to do that. This paper is a little bit slidey because it is a pearlescent paper. And then our little tiny bits go, interesting, in the center of here, and I don't know why, but I'm going to put the glue on here. Where's my pokey? No, pointing tool. You know what? I'll use this other one. This can go here. I guess it just says centered. I know people are going to ask about this. A friend here sent this to me, the Maker Forte tool. I don't think this other side opens. I keep messing with it. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of like a crayon, and it does leave residue, so like, I don't know that I should be using it on things like this. I'll show you in a minute. And then here. And I'm just eyeballing that, how much glue I need to put. Actually, I'll do the same thing for the other one, so I gotta wait. And this piece just goes in here somewhere. Right? That's what it looks like. It says center. Just glue that down. And I'll do the same thing for the second one. But, so I want to show you just like it leaves little things like that. And the other day I tried to use it for pearls too, and it really stuck to the rhinestone. It was a rhinestone that I was using, so it's okay. Just be careful with it is what I'm trying to say when you push against something. Okay, I'm going to finish this one up, and then I'll clean up, and then we'll cut a card front. I can't clean up too much because I have a bunch of little flower parts that maybe I'll put together, so I don't want to move them too much right now. But we have these guys, and then we have this. What I need to know is how big this card front is. And we can cut it down too because it has a lot of edge. So what I want to know is how big this is going to cut. It looks 5 by 7-ish, but I don't know. It is 4 3/4, so it'd probably be for a 5 by 7 card, right? 4 3/4 by almost 7. Kind of interesting size. 4 3/4 by 6, and I guess I'll put on a 5 by 7. I didn't really want to put on a 5 by 7. That's my only issue here, is that I kind of want to do something smaller. These guys, looks like it lines up over this one, right? I don't, excuse me, like this. So there are 2 layers, or you're supposed to put them like this, like basically this one in front, this one behind, you know, so you can see through it with the spine that helps you make your spine here. But today we're just going to layer them up, I think. Why not? I'm just trying to see if one is actually thinner than the other one. This is so weird. Yeah, because what happens is this one doesn't actually cut these little center holes. I'm not even sure why those center holes are there. And then this one just barely gives it a look in the background. Like you can see, it even cuts that area out. So honestly, I'm not going to do 2 layers. I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to run this through some kind of color, I don't know what, and I'll be right back. Probably white. I'll probably do white on white. So I'm going to run this through some white paper, and I'll be right back. Guys, that cut so nicely. So what I usually do when something's intricate like this, I run it through and then kind of run it back without letting it pop out, you know? Same thing you can do in an electronic cutting machine or whatever. You can just reverse it. But like, it cuts so nice. So all I'm going to do is clean this guy out. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. And then I'm also going to cut down a piece of the paper pack, the paper discovery that it came with. Well, at least that I bundled my order with. So I'm going to take this and cut it down to the size that is this, so it tucks behind there. So 4 3/4, so just a little smaller than 4 3/4, and just a little smaller than 6 3/4. Okay, so that way it'll be behind that, but then it's not like bothering anything around the edges. And I'll be right back, guys. Quite a mess going on here. I have a card base. Again, I've took this out of a Crafter's Companion card kit, a sub kit. So I have this one. Oh, actually I thought I was going to open upwards, but I guess they had a mix and match of the what kind that open up and the kind that open out. But anyway, I chose this paper because this is so pretty from that pack. And again, I cut it just a little bit smaller than the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, so it'll be back there. Now we can just lay this together and look how pretty that is. I mean, with our flowers, so you can definitely just glue it right down, right? And you know, I like flowers in 3s, so maybe what we're gonna do is 1 and 1. Maybe that's what we have to do. 1 and 1, 1 and 1, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But I think, ooh, what I'm going to do is, actually maybe it should be facing that way. There we go. I think I'm going to pop it up. And then I was thinking, if we're going to pop it up, you might as well make it a shaker. But I don't know if I want to make it a shaker, because this is, you know what I'm saying? If it was up here a little bit with a little shaker material, I don't know. That's a tough one. But I guess I'm not today. But if I wanted to, we could definitely do that. Okay. I just want to show you these papers again in this pack that are so pretty. Again, I picked these up on Craft Stash. I'll have them linked there. But I was just like, wow. And there are several of each page. Look at this. And the whole thing is that, you know, you're supposed to be able to take this paper and see through there and have your little decorations. How cute. So pretty. Single-sided, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this wrapped up. So what I'm going to do is glue this down first. Here we go. And then I'm going to line out. You guys know I like to use every last drop. So this thing is on its last leg. I'm going to switch it out. I just try to get every bit of glue that I can out of my glues. Funny enough, I don't think I've gone through any bottles of glue as much as I've gone through these guys. I'm just either doing a lot of projects or just, I don't know, I just use them up. And usually what happens is I end up with another product or another brand or whatever, but I always go back to Nuvo Deluxe. Okay, so this guy, I'm just going to line it out with some foam adhesive. This is like a 1/4 inch size roll, which I just ran out of, so I had to open a new one. And I will link this also in the description box if I can get you a good link for that. But of course you can find this stuff pretty much everywhere. And since I'm not shakering it, I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't have to exactly line this, but I'll probably line it as well as I can. Not sure what happened there. Look at this one. There. Okay, so I'm just going to line this out just so I can pop this up nicely. I did not have to line it out so well, but I did. Definitely nice for a shaker. I'm just doing the strips like that, so when I place this down, I can have an idea. I'm sorry, I'm going to get this closer to me, guys, because I need this to layer right over and cover up that paper nicely and also be centered. So I'm just trying to get all those things taken care of at once. What happens is you can start pushing down, and then you remove the rest of the tape, and now you know where you want it. And instead of having all this sticky stuff, you have that little time to play, or at least lift it up if that's what you want to do. And I'm not putting anything in the center to keep this up because I'm just not. But that looks pretty nice and clean. Okay, and then our flowers. Oh my goodness. How did I have it? I don't even remember. So let's just put this back again. I think something like this. And since this took longer than I thought, I'm not going to put a sentiment on it yet because I really want to use this. Obviously, you know, it took our time. I'm going to give this a little zhuzh, just a little something. Give it a little something like that, and that means I'm probably going to put some dimensionals on the back of my flowers. So let me pop some dimensionals on the back of these guys before we really stick them down, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're almost done. And again, if you want to give these a little bit more dimension, you can definitely do that. A little something. Pop that one there, and then this guy is in here somewhere. Why do I put the glue and then do this? I don't know, because I forget that I want to do this part. And these guys, I'm pretty sure the stickiness needs to be back here, just because this open area is going to be hanging out there. Okay, and let's see. There, sounds good. Give it a little push. And that is our card for today, guys. So yeah, I mean, I tried them out. I might add another leaf down here, not gonna lie. I like the way it looks, and maybe just to give more something here, and this guy's just on his own up here. But yeah, alright guys, well, I like this flower much better. And those dies, that background, this whole thing, really fun, really nice. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll have links as appropriate. I'll have images coming up, and I'll see you guys at the next one. And when I put a sentiment, it would probably be in here, you know, whatever it might be. Maybe over here, just so you can still see this prettiness. All right, guys, see you at the next one. Bye now.